Baba Ijesha faced 6 counts of child defilement and was found guilty on 4 counts. Now, the Lagos State Directorate of Public Prosecutions, the DPP, which preferred the charges against the actor, basically argued that these offenses contravene various sections like 135, 137, 261, 202, 262, and 263 of the Lagos State Criminal Law 2015. Now, this basically stipulates life imprisonment for offenders. So, for count 2, which was one of the counts, he was jailed for 3 years. For count 3, he was jailed for 5 years. Now, for count 4, he was jailed for 3 years. And, for count 5, he was sentenced to 5 years, a total of 16 years. Now, with regards to this case, the justice said that the jail terms are supposed to run concurrently for 5 good years. Now, prison time is different from regular time. Day and night are both counted separately. So we're looking at 5 years in prison for Baba Ijesha. Well, today we have spoken so much about Baba Ijesha and how the courts, handled this, not wanting to get too into the case because it was still in trial. But now that we know how this is played out, we're speaking to the mother who had to deal with the trauma of discovering that her child was assaulted. Nigerian comedian Princess joins us on Arise 360 right now. Okay, so Princess, let's start from your relationship with, the child in question. Lots of people would say, okay, why are you taking it so personal? Just to give people an understanding of how this situation even began, give us an idea of what your relationship is with her.
Yeah, she's one of my foster kids, and I've had 15. And I am very close with all of my children because I care for them deeply. And people lashing out saying, oh, Shebi, she's not your biological child. That just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. If you love children, you love children. Whether they are your children, your neighbor's children, or children running around on the streets. Children are meant to be cared for, provided for, and protected. Simple. So all what they are saying, it really is irrelevant. It's irrelevant.
I know it's not something that we do often. In fact, our social welfare systems are not very stable. Some people would even argue that we don't have a foster care system in Nigeria. So for you, how did you come about this that has, obviously proved to be very functional for you?
Okay, so the thing is, you are right. When people try to adopt or foster kids, the filling of forms, everything, it might be daunting. But I sat back after somebody had, mocked me that I keep attending naming ceremonies. I love kids, blah, blah, blah. Am I not ashamed that I don't have my own child? And I was like, why should I be ashamed? There are children out there that are homeless. There are children out there that are in motherless babies' homes. There are children who are even living with their parents, but maybe because of finances or work or ailments or some other challenges, they are not able to take care of the children. Why can't I be that person for them? And when God decides to answer me, He will answer me. So and that was it. I spoke to some parents that I knew before then, and over the years since 2002 up till now, I've fostered about 15 children. I spoke to some parents came to me themselves and gave their children to me, including Olariwaju James Omiyinka's ex-wife's mom. She brought her son to me. That Princess, you are good with kids. And even though he was serving then, he was doing his NYC. She said, Mo fi omo e fun, that's Yoruba, like, I give him to you, atokwe ataye. Just be his mentor, be his mom. Because they know me. They can lie, they can do anything, but they know me. So she was able to entrust. So many parents like that. And I'm proud of all my children. I'm very proud.
So earlier when we were speaking, you mentioned something that really struck me, which was the lack of words to express how you felt, when your foster child told you about this. Now, Princess, you have a great platform. You have a huge base, so when you spoke up about this, I mean, from different corners, I saw people come into the situation that were not even involved. So people practically carried it on their heads. You know, there were also the criticisms, especially the day the verdict came out. Yomi Fabiyi was even trending because people were now saying, okay, now go and sit down with him inside the prison and, you know, defend him there if you're still insisting on defending him. So for you, do you feel like if you didn't have that much of a platform, would you have been as inclined? Did I give you some sort of courage or, you know, confidence? Like, you know what, I'm going to put this out there. I know I will be able to, you know, fight this to the end.
Like I said, I've been doing this since 2005. So when this happened to me, I was numb. I didn't know what to do. The only thing I could do was just keep, because something broke. Something is broken inside me. I just feel like if I keep praying, you know, but I also know that he needed to answer for his crimes. And even though he tried not once, not twice to bribe me with money, I said, no, it's not going to work. It's not about money. And he tried to also, you know, make sure that he used some elders, so to speak, in the industry to say, oh, you must let this go. You must, or people he knows that I really, really carry in ISM. He just knew that if they talk to me, I will listen. But I said no. No, why? Because I told my children to always tell the truth. And if they tell you, even if I want to discipline, I say, tell me the truth. If you tell me the truth, I might not discipline you as much as you say. And I might not even do anything. But say the truth. Say the truth so that you'll be free. How can I now say, this child has told me the truth? I want to cover it. I want to manage it. No. No, something that has affected me mentally, that has affected her psyche, that has affected other victims, is other victims, some of which I know. No, I just decided. And let me correct an impression. This thing started April 16th. People got to know towards the end of April. They got, because he kept on sending people, and it was the one that finally puts it in, because in Nigeria, when you come out and you cry wolf, as long as you are the first person that cried out, people are inclined to believe you.
Yeah.
So because I was numb, it's not that I didn't want to come and say, oh, come and see. Oh. And let me tell, what would you think have happened? Two things could have happened. He wanted to kill himself that day. He asked me to let him kill himself. The police was there. I said, no, you have to answer for your crimes. You are going nowhere.
Yeah.
Number two, it was in my house, in my area. If I had just pushed him out and called people that, hey, Egbamio, what do you think would have happened?
Jungle justice.
Or if God is God Almighty, because that one, anybody that knows me will know, I can't be that calm. If God had not given me self-control, if that numbers had not come, and out of anger I had stabbed him and he had died, what would have happened?
Princess goes to jail.
So are you trying to say that when people find this kind of things out, they should take laws into their own hands? This is the first time in the history of Nigeria as a whole that a celebrity will be accused, child defilement, will be tried, will have video evidence, and will go to jail. This is the first time. I thought people would use this as an opportunity to begin to say, what can we do to make things better? How can we prevent this? Look at the way things are going. 2-month-old babies, 13-month-old babies being raped by adults.
I mean, I don't even have the words.
It gets worse from here.
Of course.
If not careful. You said you were not even completely molested, but it stayed with you.
It did.
My sister, do you think if he goes 35 years in prison, do you think all his victims and the ones that I know, do you think they will heal immediately? No. Please, let's be careful. Who is even thinking of their state of mind?
Yeah.
That's why I said, when you can, if one of the other victims, these other victims are ready, just talk to one of them. Just you and them. If you sleep that night, say, I'm not myself.
You're welcome back to Arise 360. Earlier today, I had that conversation with Princess, who is currently in London at the moment. And, you know, this was via Zoom, and she said so much. In fact, the biggest shocker for Princess was how Nigerians in general just justified the case with Baba Ijesha. You know, she couldn't believe that anyone at all would ever, for any reason, justify rape. Now, in this part of that conversation, Princess was speaking on just how she felt when she had discovered that her child was molested. And that CCTV footage that was trending all over social media that people kept talking about, just the story behind it. Let's get right back in.
I've been doing this for years, helping kids, especially in Mende, Bariga, Surulere, Iwaya. How do you think I felt? I was working with the Human Rights Division of the police station. When kids are molested and abused in those areas, they call me, Princess, we need your... How do you think I felt now knowing that this evil that I've been preaching against and guarding against has come into my home? It destroyed me. It has broken my heart. It has broken me mentally. That's the only way I can explain it. That's the only way.
Were you worried about what people would say at that time, Princess?
If you want me to tell you the truth, I was numb. I was numb. When I now came out of the numbness, I feel like when people hear this, they will nearly skin this guy alive. He begged me. There's a video. It was put online. It was in court. He begged me, Princess, please, I will go to jail. I'll answer to my crimes. But please, don't let anybody hear, so it won't affect my career. So I said to him, I don't need to go to the papers or anything. Go to the police station, go to court, get your sentencing, and that's it. If anybody hears online, it will be from you. And that's what exactly happened. So when the reaction came and I saw that everybody was against me, I nearly ran mad. I lost my mind, but thank God I did not kill myself. I never would have imagined that anybody would even try and justify it at all. I never. So that is the greatest shocker for me till this morning.
Honestly, I think the bulk of that criticism came when they saw that video, the CCTV. There were questions like, why would you even go and do it again? And when I saw those questions, I was like, what are you people asking? Rape is one of the hardest things to prove in Nigeria. So when you were
proving, so let me correct that impression. I don't need the whole world. You know why? A lot of people are ahead of Nigeria. Yeah. So a lot of Nigerians, this is their life. This is what they want for themselves. Yeah. So I don't. But this is to the whole world. You go on the road, you stab somebody, CCTV captures you, and then you say the police set you up by putting the camera there. No. I had CCTV in my house. We called him for a meeting, I and my mom. Because according to Yoruba tradition, the way these things are, culture and tradition. Let us call him. You understand?
Yeah.
And I was afraid for my life. Because Olariwaju, when he's drunk, is a violent person. People like Dele Odule can attest to it. This is no secret. We know the kind of person this person is. So it was for our own safeguarding self. So the last minute, when my mom said to me, I don't think I'll be able to sit down. Princess, you are calm. I don't think I'll be able to have a same conversation with this person. And she pulled out. The people who had installed the CCTV camera, even when I asked them, call the police, we don't know what will happen. It might become violent or something. I never expected that. Just stepping out, like, they are leaving, these people are leaving. For 5 seconds, you will even try. You don't understand. So trying to justify it from people, I can't even deal with Nigerians. But what I can say is, instead of mocking me and cursing me out, quickly go and install CCTV in your kitchen and your sitting rooms. So hopefully, when something bad happens, hopefully you catch it. But for those of you cursing me out, maybe when it happens to your child, you can now advise me on how I could have reacted. So that's even, Nigerians, we always miss the point. We always miss the point. A 41-year-old man defiled a 7-year-old child. Then when they had a small 5 seconds, he tried to do the same thing 7 years later when he's 48 years old. What are we talking about? Nothing justifies rape. Nothing. So people justify. I'm like, that's why people are now conveniently. Somebody was with me in court. She was all out with us. 2-month-old child. It will keep happening because we are letting it.
We're allowing
I believe in God. I know my God. So I'll not let anything like tradition or religion or whatever blind me to the truth. Never. I've been fighting this cause since 2005. It's there online.
Yeah.
2005 up till now. I've been fighting for other people's children that experience this. Do you think it is a joke? Do you think there should be age? Some people were saying, I'm even angry, assuming the girl was older.
Yeah.
Is it even to rape an adult? Did you see the comments?
Princess, I did. I saw the comments, which is why I just felt like, this is something that I needed to, because, to be honest, just like you said, like, tired of Nigerians. Nigerians would always have varying opinions, and they're very, very
not varied opinion. Please let me correct that. Nigerians will always make excuse for evil.
Everything. Yeah.
Until it happens to them. And the Yoruba race were at the top. We have proverb for everything. Look at people that came out and supported him fully.
Yeah.
Princess. Meaning when evil things happen in your household, it should be kept secret. Yoruba people have an addict for everything. When it happens between brother and sister, they will say it's Efun. Between father and daughter, AD. Between mother and child, assassin. They have an excuse for everything. What is wrong is wrong. Don't justify it. Initially, you can see it. That's why I had to post a video this morning, because some people arrange themselves. They said they were praying against princess binding. I say, if you like, bind. God is with me. I don't need anybody. Saying, no, it's the work of the devil. We cannot keep saying it's the work of the devil. No, this is not the work of the devil. This guy has multiple victims. Some of them were in court. Multiple victims from the ages of 7, 12, 28, 60. What are we talking about? We have a victim that he raped in 2002. The police investigated. They found everything the victim said to be 500% correct. What are we debating? What are we talking about?
When you were, I don't know if you were in court the day the verdict was handed out, but at the point where you heard that this is the judge's verdict, what went through your mind at the point? Did you feel any kind of relief in any way?
No, because I've been depressed since May that the handing over evidence to the police and believing that the police, they told me it is safe. And then the day the IPO was removed from the case, the thing was really, so I've been depressed. So I was seeing psychiatrists, seeing psychologists, and I was trying to get better. So before now, last year, I told the lawyers, you can ask them, the DPP, I said it. I said, even if he is asked to go home free, even if he is given 2 days imprisonment, I am happy that I spoke up for my child and that his evil has been exposed. So those who are willing to keep letting him to their locations, to their own, other people's children, I've already spoken. We have said our truth. Whether you believe it or not, it doesn't matter. Whatever you want to take home. So when the judgment came, when the verdict came, I was in a hospital because I'm still undergoing treatment. I hope I get better. I just hope I get better. Because depression is not good. It's not even, you are fighting, battling it in the presence of millions of people judging you. But I'm with God. I will be fine. I'm with God. Princess Damilola, I will be fine. I am strong. I will be fine. God loves me. I'm the apple of God's eye. Whoever comes against me is coming against the army of God. I will be fine. I will get better. I know the judgments. Can I ask you a question?
Yes, please.
I'm still in touch with some of the victims. Can I ask you, from your little experience?
Yes.
Do you think when a rapist is sentenced even to life imprisonment, do you think it makes the victim heal immediately?
Of
Please, I
course
want
not.
you to be truthful.
Of course not. I mean, these things, to be honest, it doesn't heal anything. It's just
It
like a
just
means
keeps
to an
the
end.
perpetrator away.
Exactly. You just feel, but it doesn't. It's when you're assaulted. From my own knowledge about this thing, it takes something away from you that you can never get back. I mean, like you said, with God, you can get it back, but you know, it just takes something away from you. So that's why I'm listening to the things you're saying to me right now, Princess. I'm hearing you and I'm hearing you deeply. And I'm joining you in that prayer saying that you will get better. You will be fine. Your foster child will be fine. You will rise above this. But what I also want to say is that in spite of all
What of the other victims? What of the other victims? Remember, that's what sent me to this depression. I am in touch with them. You understand?
Yeah.
Imagine you, God forbid, imagine you came to court you put your statement, they've investigated, but you get to court and you are scared. You see the crowd. And through the lawyers, we try to talk to the judge. Maybe they can have a close court for the person. But because, the person is already above 18 now.
Yeah.
They have to. So imagine that I am the one with them. I'm the one hearing their cries, hearing them talk to me. You understand?
Yeah.
How do you think I feel? How do you think I feel that I know that one day when my child was 7, she was being attacked and I was not there. I didn't know to protect her. How do you think I feel? How? Who is going to remove it from my head? Who? Even if they jail him for life, who will give those children back their innocence? Who does this? 20 years and over. He has victims in Nigeria, in Dublin, in the UK. Olorewaju James Omiyinka is a serial rapist and a pedophile. What are we covering up? People are saying because I'm jealous of his glory. Which glory? He's an actor. I've known him. He came to me for help. Why would I be jealous? He came to me for help. He said to me in the industry he had been relegated and they were using one guy, Messi, to replace him. He complained that he needed somebody that could vouch for him so he could get into our own industry. He used to tell me hip hop. And I said to him, you don't understand English. How will you cope? And I use Ijebu, the guy the Yoruba comic actor, that even when he's doing Get Man, he adds swag. He puts in, but you can't do that. He came to me for help, to help him beg his wife that he doesn't know. I came to the UK. I called her. Bumi, if you are watching, you know. I came and I called her. Immediately she heard his name, she cut all ties with me. How? You can blame me for being compassionate.
Yeah.
Blame me for trying to help a colleague that came to me for help. You can blame me. But please, don't try and justify what Olariwaju James Omiyinka has done. He has put one of his victims is permanently traumatized. My life has been threatened. Everything has been done to me. I've lost everything. But I know that if I die today with this depression, if anything happens to me, I am happy that God has used me to liberate the victims of Olariwaju James Omiyinka. Please, what do you stand for? This is what I stand for. This is what I've always stood for. I never like people to be cheated. I love things to be resolved. Whether we shout or we go, I just love things to. Please, if you know any victim, you need to quickly. And if anything should happen to you, please, quickly find your way to Warif or Checheyera. Please, do not have your bath. Run. Try. If you cannot move, ask somebody for help to carry you. Go to Warif, go to Checheyera, go to Mirabel Center. Run. Look for stand to end rape up. Run. Look for somebody. Let them collect whatever evidence you have on your body. Speak your truth. If you're not ready to face the world, to face this now, don't worry, take your time. But log in that complaint. Go to the correct quarters and report. Please, don't trust all policemen, most of them are corrupt. I'm not saying all of them, but don't say you are going to go to Checheya, go to Arif, they will call the police. Police will come. If you are afraid to enter a police station because of what they have done to me, if you are afraid, there are still some good police people out there that will be willing to help you. Call DSVA. I will put the numbers on my page. Please, I beg you. I beg you. Imagine, I wasn't the one that was raped. And I'm this broken mentally, physically. I don't even begin to know how to console you. Please, turn your pain, turn into power. Please, take your life back.
Princess?
Be everything that God created for you on this earth to be. Please. Don't let what they are doing to me, don't let it scare you. Don't let it discourage you. Let them come at me. Let them keep shouting. Let them keep cursing. Let them do anything. They already cursed. Let them kill me. Please, make sure you put your pain to power. Please, please, please. Remember, Yabo was never my friend, but she stood up for me. A lot of people stood up for me.
Yeah, I remember
Even
that.
what came against me, God stood with me.
Yeah.
Don't let me deceive you. Are not alone. Some of us are waiting to help you. DM me. Help is waiting for you.
In fact,
please.
what I'm also going to do is I will put some of those phone numbers as well on the screen. So for people who may want to reach out to these numbers, you also want to find them on Instagram, feel free to find those numbers, call those numbers just like Princess has said. Princess, this has been...
if you're not on Instagram all the time, if you don't have credit on your phone when it happens, it is free to call. It's free. The line is free. If you're scared for your life, all the numbers will be there. Just try your best. Just try. I know it's difficult. Just try your best.
This has been such an emotional and reflecting conversation, Princess, because but I just want to know something, because for me, for somebody who is now learning about this, for instance, somebody comes to tell me, what's the best way to react? Do I cry with them or listen? Do I make noise and
don't cry?
What's the best way? Because you're tempted, you want to just break. What's the best way to react to somebody telling you their story?
Don't cry. Because I know me, I'm emotional, so and because it has affected me mentally, maybe when I try to express myself sometimes, but don't cry. Let me give you an example. Somebody reached out to me 2 days ago. Guess what? She just found out that her sister was one of Baba Ijesha's victims.
Wow.
Yes. And the sister told her, Princess knows I was in court. She nearly lost it because their mom covered it up. They were staying the second street from him. Their mom covered it up. She was in shock. And I was saying it in a video last year, July, that some of you that are mocking me, how will it feel when you find out that these victims I'm talking about is actually somebody close to you? Thank God for her. She wasn't one of those that was mocking me. She was following the case, saying justice. She didn't know that her younger sister, at the age of 12, was raped by Baba Ijesha. When he rapes a child in a community, he moves out of that community immediately. He gets accommodation somewhere else. Don't cry. When somebody comes to you and says, this is what happened to me, reassure them that God did not create them, because a lot of them feel that now their lives can never be good again. One girl said to me in Yoruba, she said, I don't know how to say it in English. She said, I said, no, you are beautiful. She's lost all hope. He damaged her completely. She confronted him while the case was going on. He was saying, hey. She said, I don't care whether Olariwaju cries or rolls on the floor. He's a beast. Am I just knowing him that he can pretend? Those who know him well know that he lies. So please, if anybody comes to you that they've been abused, don't mock them. Don't say what you go do there. Don't say what you wear. Please, Nigerians, people all over the world, What justifies a grown man in his 30s defiling a 2-month-old baby, a 13-month-old baby? Let's stop justifying evil, please. Let's stop making excuses. When something is bad, it is bad.
And that's it. When something is bad, it is bad.
It is
Princess,
bad.
I have to just say a big thank you to you for, pouring out your heart on the show this morning, or well, actually this evening. I think that for a lot of people, this alone is a lot of assurance. This is a lot of consolation, and this is a lot of hope that as much as things are very bad, there's hope that we can get better. And Princess, from my heart to yours, I'm praying and I'm so certain that you will get better. You will be fine. You are strong and you're going to get through this. For now, I'll just say thank you, and I'm going to let you enjoy the rest of your day, Princess. But this is, I always say this whenever I have conversations like this on Arise 360, that when we speak to people about different situations that are very emotional, forget the fact that this person is a celebrity for a moment. Forget the fact that you're watching me and I'm on TV and everything looks glam. This is real. This is a real life incident. This is a real life situation. And let's treat it as such. It's not just gist. It's not just gossip. This is real life.